welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to Barnolife as well. So yeah, it's a Saturday. I am now back in England after a crazy 6-7 weeks in Marbella, Spain. We got to an awful lot in Spain, you know. We did a lot of great gym sessions. I did the run club as well, the 5k along the Golden Mile, which was a bit of an achievement for me personally, because I normally do running. And on top of that, I mean, the supercar spotting was out of this world, wasn't it? Like, I mean, come on, I'm like a car geek, car nerd at heart. Run around filming Lamborghinis, yes, please. But it's a Saturday, I'm obviously now back in England. It's a weekend, but we're gonna switch it up today. I am going to travel up to Plymouth, which is a city that's about an hour and a half away sort of thing. But there's a gym up there I seen the other day called Trident. So I'm gonna go training there today. They have an ice bath and a sauna as well. So we're gonna go up there today. I mean, I've got a good session for it as well, chest and shoulders. What can go wrong with that? You can't go wrong with chest and shoulders. Physique wise, at the minute, I'm not as lean as I was back in Spain. I'll be brutally honest, the last 5-6 days in Spain did have a bit of a binge eating session. But you know, you work towards on a cut for months on these things to have a little bit of balance whilst you're away or on a holiday, or you know, just have a couple of days off, because you know, sometimes balance is key in life. But let's get going up to Plymouth, get on the train, check back in when we're near Plymouth. We have made it to Plymouth. Weather's absolutely glorious, a bit windy, but don't mind that. Got me pre-workout, obviously. Look at that, Lando Norris Monster. Not still trying to work out what flavour it actually is. It's more like a lemony, lime, citrusy sort of flavour, but these are pretty good to be fair. But on the way to go find this gym now, get in there, get the session going. I'm looking forward to this. It's always nice training at a different gym, new surroundings. A little bit nerve-wracking at first, as always, because you know, it's a new place, new surroundings, new people. It's always got that bit of nervousness, and you know, I've been used to training in the same gym for years on end, so when you train somewhere else, it's always a little bit strange at first, but I'm sure I'll get into the session pretty well eventually. But catch up with you when I get in the gym. Using a voiceover over this section here of me in the gym. So I start off with an incline chest press. As you can see on the left hand side, that shoulder is pushing a little bit more forward than my other one. It's something that I might need to start keeping an eye on. Looking back at its footage, it can be a little bit concerning, but I'm sure it's nothing major. But an incline plate loaded press to begin with. Then I switched it up to machine flat press. There was one of these in Marbella at Paddle Club. Absolutely adored it. Shoved on a couple 20s just to start with, then we just fully sent it with some big boy weights, 2 25s, 2 20 plates, some 15s on the end as well, completely smashing the gym out. A good strength today as well on this session. I loved it a lot. Then moved on to a little bit different decline bench press. I've only ever done this a handful of times in my life. Did a big top set of 80 kilograms for free, so strength was there for this session. Probably because all the caffeine that I had, maybe that buzzing, I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to shove this weight on and get it done. Keep it simple at the end, just some chest cable flies, you know, nothing major, the simple stuff. For shoulders, I only just filmed the machine press, Smith machine press actually, which I very much enjoyed. Best machine in there by far, or one of my personal favourites. The lateral raises, all the rear delt fly stuff, didn't really film. Finish it off, probably one of the best pump jacks I've ever had in my life. The lighting completely made this on another scale and another level. Ice bath, well, I got humbled 110% by this. I tried to go in for 2 minutes. Considering the one in Marbella, Spain, I could do 5 minutes, but that one was a little bit more warmer compared to this one, as you can see by my face. As soon as I got in, realising how much temperature was actually in this ice bath. Also, the fact that there's a lot of research that goes on saying that doing an ice bath straight after you train is actually not good for muscle growth. There's a lot of research on this. I've actually been told this information by a few people as well. As you can see, that's me getting completely humbled. There you have it. Gym smashed out the park. Hell of a session. I really enjoyed that gym. So I definitely think I'm going to go back to Trident at some point. Unbelievable session. Chest, shoulders completed. Now we're just sort of just getting some steps in. So this is called, some funny old name this, Plymouth Hoe, I know, cracking name, but I'm going to get a nice little view in, and then I'm going to get back on the train, get home and get some evening steps in as well tonight. Hopefully the weather doesn't rain. Back home, safe and sound, now smashing in some evening steps. Saturday pretty much done for me. Really, really good day. Quite long, but definitely worth it. I've had a fantastic day. Plan tomorrow is going to be, there is a small classic car show called Wadebridge Wheels. Now, as much as you know, I love my cars. Bit of a car geek, bit of a car nut. This is classic cars, so my knowledge is not as extensive as the other videos where it's all supercars. I also enjoy JDM cars and a lot of drifting as well. But we're going to go down there, have a look, see what's around. The only concern at the minute is the weather looks absolutely dreadful, so it might be a bit of a mission tomorrow to see how well we actually film the car show. I reckon we'll be fine, but you know what British summer's like sometimes. It is absolutely hideous, but get these evening steps in. I'll catch up with you again tomorrow for car show down at Wadebridge. Spawn point has changed. Yes, Sunday morning, we're now at Wadebridge. Weather, well, cross fingers, cross toes, touched wood. It's holding out so far and it's looking like it's not going to rain. I say that, give it an hour. But let's get in there, see what we can find. Mix of classic, mix of modern. Go and film the stuff that sort of stands up to me a little bit. Have a little chat. But yeah, should be a good day. And also on top of all of this, get my steps in. Even better for a rest day. So double whammy, car show and getting steps in. Made it in. Happy days. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be like the craziest, biggest show in the world. It's a bit more of a local thing, this one. But go around, see what's about, see what I can find. Sort of like my top picks, to be honest. I've already seen a few, which I definitely am going to go and film. Starting with this one right in front of me. I mean, if you know retro cars or maybe like retro supercars, this is Honda's version of a retro supercar, Honda NSX. And this comes with a huge V6 back in the day. And if you use a famous YouTube clip of Ayrton Senna before he passed away, driving one of these around a racetrack. It might have been Suzuka, I'm not too sure, but a Honda NSX. But this is just like bog standard OEM Honda NSX retro classic. Goes to classic car show, finds JDM legends within 5 minutes. Me talking about Supras and 700 brake horsepower 2JZs, I'd even see this Mark 1 Ford Escort Classic just sat on the side here. I mean, good pairing. That Supra 350. There's a Mini down there as well, which I don't believe has the original engine. I think this one is Honda powered B16. I mean, I don't know how low that is. It looks tiny as well. The wheels look about 11 inches. I think I've learned as well doing these like sort of car shows. I start off quite quiet and eventually once I've walked around about 4 times, I like to get a bit more confident, start speaking a little bit more enthusiasm as well. But the rain is holding off for now. This is a late 60s Plymouth Roadrunner, which is huge. By the way, this thing is massive for UK roads. Something you normally see every day or down your local Tesco car park. But bit of America in the UK. Actually very, very handy. On the dashboard of each car is the actual name of what the make and model is. So that's always handy because I always like learning new information. You know, when you have a passion for something, you always learn new information from it and learn along as you go along in life with it. So keep plugging along, keep learning some new knowledge. Moving on to a legendary Group B rally monster, the Audi Quattro. Now, I'll put a picture of what they used to look like up back in the day here. These things in the rally within the 80s won absolutely everything. Every Group B stage, every rally, these pretty much just dominated the scene for years on end. And I mean, this one here is a road going version. One of the cars of the show here. So when I was saying about the Mark 1 Escort that was up the other end, this is what a Rally 1 would have looked like back in the mid-70s. Look at that. Is that even, the thing is it even road legal? That does not look road legal, but it actually is. Roll cage bucket seats. Obviously, everything's been taken out of it for weight reduction. That would be on a rally stage or a hill climb car. That is an incredible looking Mark 1 Escort. Whether it's in Mexico, I don't actually know. Just to show off the diversity that's on at this show. So we've got Toyota Land Cruiser, Renault Twingo, Slam to the Deck 350Z, a Vauxhall, I'm not too sure what it actually is, a Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow next to an EK4 Jordan Civic. It's just a bit unique. Everything's very all over the place. Love an E30, but this one looks like a little drift car with like the bucket seats, the roll cage, and that was not on the bucket list today at a classic car show. Brand new G87 M2, the 2025 edition. I really like these a lot. I'd love to have one. Look at that, M2, E30, then you've got an E46 M3 next to that as well. There's a couple E30s up there. 2018, 2019 M5. Z3 here, an E46 convertible. But BMW Southwest have got a great little selection of cars on here today. I do enjoy my BMWs. There you go, there's an E30 starting up. 6-cylinder, obviously, because BMW have always favoured the 6-cylinder. I think I'll definitely take the G87 home, as well as that E30. Showing off the old classic minis here, the old Austin classic minis. I mean, there's a pickup one. Never seen a pickup classic mini. So you're going to get these sort of like Austin minis. You also get a Clubman edition as well, which looks a little bit different compared to these. And there's also a thing that you do called the Mini Moke, which I'll put a photo up in here, which almost looks like a Jurassic Park-esque Mini Cooper. Classic minis, not like I could ever fit in one being 6'3", but you never know. Maybe one day we'll soon find out. Wouldn't be British summertime with a bit of rain. Just absolutely hammered it down for about 10 minutes. I am now drenched. So this might now be a short-lived car show, people. Look at this Nissan Stagia. If you don't know what these are, it's like basically a Nissan big estate, but some people were crazy enough to put the Nissan Skyline engines in them. RB25, RB26s, or they even put Nissan Skyline front end on these cars. They're kind of like a big barge. A little bit different. It's not the usual JDM car that's spoken about a lot, but it's always good to see a Stagia. And then another rally legend, the Lancia Delta Integrale, Italy's finest edition, and also Italy's entry to dominating rally back in the 80s and 90s. These are incredible cars, but the value of these have gone through the roof. Lancia is an Italian brand. When it comes to rally, they knew exactly what they was doing. Keeping it America here, so blue one, Ford Mustang Boss 302. Many video games I've played and used that car. Forza Horizon 1 being one of them, if you remember that. A Mach 1 Mustang, that thing's massive, as a Ford Model A. So that is a 1930s Ford, one of the most popular Fords that was ever built. That is a Austin 7, which looks tiny, and wheels almost look like bicycle wheels on it. Look how small this is. Cool little thing. That would have been like late 1920s they was built. So this is a Rolls Royce Silver Shadow. Fun fact, over the years when I was a lot younger, I've watched a lot of these get smashed up on hangar racing tracks. Look at it, man. I mean, obviously it's not going to be like a 911 GT3 RS, but a GT4 RS as well, mate. Porsches are growing on me a lot. Look at the lineup as well we've got on there. So we've got another 911 here. There's another couple Carreras. The Porsches are growing on me a lot. I am enjoying the Porsche Club today. Ferrari F430, early 2000s when these were released. Kind of like a retro Ferrari now compared to obviously the crazy ones that they make nowadays, like the 812, the 599s, 90 Stradale, all of the modern stuff. But an F430 means a fair amount to me, because if you ever back in the day had an Xbox 360 and played Test Drive Unlimited 2, if you remember that game, that's one of the cars that you get at the start of the game in like a light blue colour. I used to play Test Drive Unlimited 2 for hours on end, but that kind of has a bit of a recognition for me when I see one of them nowadays. As I said, let's keep it Porsche, a 718 Cayman, another Porsche that I really like at the minute. These are rapid as well. Then we switch it around, a couple of exotics here, Audi RS6, these things are monsters behind the wheel, 600 brake horsepower from standard when Audi made them. This one in a Nardo grey, it seems to be quite a popular colour choice for actually an RS6 nowadays. I do see a lot of Nardo grey RS6s. Not really move it along, a Bentley Continental GT, very nice licence plate as well. I bet that's worth quite a bit of money just having a 6 and a V on there. But Bentley Continental, beautiful looking Bentley, I bet that has some lovely elegant speed in it. Luxury as well, you know, Bentley's always been a very luxury car. Recent Marbella vlog where I went supercar spotting, I actually got to see a full Bentley dealership, and there was a couple of these in there on top of all the newer models they've been releasing over the last couple of years. It's crazy how much Ford has just evolved over the years. So we've got an old school Fiesta which looks absolutely incredible, and then look, I mean, Mustangs, big V8, Coyote, 5 litre V8, power, raw, loud, just to show the dedication that people do put into rebuilding and restoring these cars. I mean, look at this, a Ford Capri, late 80s, fully restored, nut and bolt restoration. People do really have a lot of dedication and passion for rebuilding retro cars that they've always loved when they were younger, or they've always had one back in the day. Finish up the show, we've ended in, well, James Bond world basically. Aston Martin, there's another crazy Aston Martin back there. Another one here. But I think we'll end up the show here, people. Pretty much rounded up everything I wanted to see today, but we'll end up with the Aston Martins and get ourselves out of here. Gosh, and we are back. So yeah, a good couple days. Shame about that rain on the Sunday that completely sort of rained off the car show quite a bit, but I still managed to get some decent footage out of it in the end. But a good couple days, a Saturday and a Sunday. Saturday Plymouth for the gym, Sunday Wadebridge Wheels for the car show. Always say any engagement, like, comment, subscribe really does mean a lot, because I really am enjoying making these YouTube vlogs at the minute. But hope you've enjoyed this YouTube vlog. I will see you in the next one.